Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to cimnanya. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button, turn on your notification so you are notified each time I upload. And please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you, and I'm saying massive shout out to every one of you for all the love and support you all give me here. I am truly grateful. Thank you all so much. You all are so sweet. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about this white man who called on I think a television show and was saying that black people need to thank white people for saving them from slavery. And I am like, can this sometimes, like, white people really need to shut the F up most times. If you know nothing about the history, just do yourself good and sit back and do not bother voicing anything out. And they always come to say that we never owned any slave and all that, but black people need to say thank you to us for ending slavery. And now, mind you, this video was stitched by a black woman, and she really did a great job explaining it. And she was like, white people never ever wanted to liberate black people. All they wanted was to preserve slavery, because for them it was a great thing, and black people were the ones that fought for their liberation. Most of them went into army, before it was illegal for a black person to carry arm. Yeah, but as time goes on, they were able to get into military to fight. They were actually the ones that fought for their liberation. No son of a bee was telling, like, you all never did anything. So it was black people that fought for themselves. And you know what? I am just going to roll this clip. We'll come back to talk about it. And I absolutely want to read all your comments. And the fact that he actually said this thing on Juneteenth was something else. But I'm just saying it. Let me just roll this clip. We'll come back to talk about it. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. So I am rolling there.
Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning. I really appreciate your show. It certainly enlightens me how Democrats think. I have not heard one white Democrat apologize for slavery. I haven't heard any black person say thank you to the over 300,000 white men who died to free those black slaves. I'm astonished. I realize we're focusing on slavery, but my descendants are from Scotland and Ireland. We never owned slaves.
All right, stay there in Texas. The previous caller mentioned.
Okay, Poppy, let me help you out. First of all, no one's going to thank you. Black people don't need to thank white people because white people didn't free them from slavery. Let's start with a little history of the Civil War, shall we? Abraham Lincoln is elected president November 6, 1860. By December, South Carolina and a bunch of other southern states, including Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, etc., secede from the Union, saying, oh, hell no, we're not going to have this man who doesn't want to expand slavery to the western states. By the time he's inaugurated in March, they have formed their own little constitution, which enshrines slavery forever, and they fire on Fort Sumter, literally firing at U.S. troops. Within months of that, black people who are enslaved in the South begin liberating themselves. They understand that these two countries, whatever they call themselves, are at war. They begin taking the hell off. They are presenting themselves to Union troops saying, we want to fight. We're ready to fight these people who enslaved us, because they had already been liberating themselves. There were rebellions constantly, all the way from 1619 and people running away all the way to 1860. So this isn't something new to them. They begin presenting themselves saying, we want to fight. But there was a law on the books, a federal law, that prevented black men from being armed and allowed to fight in the United States military. But they're like, bump that. We want to fight. We're ready for some payback. Eventually, by 1862, with a shortage of volunteers, lots of death and carnage, finally Lincoln relents and he allows black soldiers to be recruited. Within a year, 179,000 black men volunteered for the Union Army and another 19,000 for the Union Navy. They formed 10% of Union troops. 10% of Union troops were black. The Massachusetts 54th Regiment becomes one of the most famous black regiments during the Civil War. Black men fought for their own liberation. Now, what were the white guys fighting for? Not the liberation of slaves. Abraham Lincoln very famously said, if I could preserve the Union without freeing a single slave, I would do that. If I could preserve the Union by freeing them all, I would do that. The Emancipation Proclamation was essentially Lincoln laying down the law and saying, if you don't stop this seditious rebellion, I'm going to free all of your property. I'm going to free everybody. And when they wouldn't do it and kept fighting and didn't want to lay down their arms, he issued the Emancipation Proclamation. It was meant as a punishment, but it was only enforced in the states that were rebelling. States like West Virginia that didn't leave the Union, he didn't emancipate them. And states like Texas, where they were far off and they did not get the notice that slavery was over, they made those people continue being enslaved and continue working all the way through the war. They didn't get the word until that they were freed until 2 years after the war was already over. Hence, Juneteenth. That's why Juneteenth exists. So Black people had themselves to thank for their liberation because the Black soldiers were fighting very clearly for liberation. Frederick Douglass, 2 of his sons volunteered because what he said in a very clear voice to Black folks is that you need to fight in order to earn your citizenship. Because let's just recall, Black people were not considered United States citizens. They were considered chattel, property. But they were saying the way to become men and not property is to take up these arms, go and shoot at those sons of bitches that had you enslaved and earn your freedom. Black folks during the Civil War were fighting for Black liberation. White folks were fighting to preserve the Union because their commander-in-chief said this is the purpose of the war, to preserve the Union, not to end slavery. That's a little history for you. Google it. Look it up. Oh, and happy Juneteenth, but only to those who give a damn about actual history. Be blessed.
I love to see it, really. I don't even know how I stumbled on this, and I am looking for the original video, but I couldn't find it. But man, this is good enough. I mean, she actually came all out, and I absolutely also enjoyed her explaining it. You know, they're like, how did he wake up to say that? Well, he hasn't seen Black people thanking them. Thanking you all for what exactly? Because I really need to know. I mean, for what? Saving us? You people cannot even save us, and you people never did save us. It was we Black people that fought for their own liberation and won. I mean, you see why? This is one of the reasons, like, you know, I keep saying, one of the reasons they do not want to let go of that power they are holding, because they feel like once we let go of this power, we do not know what is going to be our fate. Like anything might just happen at this, like, you know, within a twinkle of an eye. But like I keep saying, it has never been in Black history. It's never. They are Black in any way. In Black people are never violent. If there is anyone that is violent, it has always been the palm-colored people, right? So for you all to be scared, do not worry. Eventually the table is going to turn, and I hope you all sit back at that time, relax, and enjoy what you all served other people being served to you. I really cannot wait to see that. I really cannot wait to see that. And I hope you enjoy. This is absolutely a great one. I love it. I love to see it. I love it when Black people all come out to educate them, because, man, it is always interesting. This is where I am going to draw the curtain. Thank you all so much for all the love and support. I appreciate you all, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now. See ya.